First of all, Nicolas, thank you so much for taking the time to sit here with me. For me, it's at home. I think you're at the office, right?
Yes, I will explain you after why.
Okay, all right.
Thanks for inviting first.
Okay, so just a very brief introduction. There is a lot to say about you and about your person. I've always been fascinated by all the things that you have done and all the things that you have been doing. We bump into each other every once in a while, and I really appreciate having this opportunity to talk to you. You are the managing director at Digital Switzerland. You were Swiss Business Angel of the Year 2018, and you are on the board and director and managing director at a variety of different, very exciting companies, which we don't even have remotely time to talk about today. But the purpose of this call is, of course, to get to know you better. And I initially started this initiative as a small relief, because I really want to help people with advice, with anything that can come in these difficult times. And so I would like to really give over to you. And I would really like to ask the first question. What are you and Digital Switzerland currently up to?
We are transforming. Let's face it, this crisis is absolutely dramatic. 4 weeks ago, it was unthinkable to have everyone home office, and doing such a podcast with you. And everything happens so quickly. It's really crazy. So what do we have to do? First, in the first minute, you think, oh, panic. But then you really have to get calm again very quickly and think about short term and long term. So what are we doing at Digital Switzerland? Of course, we reacted quickly about 10 days ago by having everyone home office mainly. We are anyway very flexible and mobile, so it's not a big deal for us and a small team, let's face it. Currently, we are doing two things. The first one is analyzing all our projects. So we have about 25 projects, some short, some midterm, and analyzing what's the impact. We are doing events. There are no events anymore. When are we going to do events again? No clue. 3 months, 6, 12 months? No one knows. We are preparing scenarios for everything. So first one, analyzing current projects. Second one, we are brainstorming what can we do differently at Digital Switzerland, more online, more digital. Let's face it, the future will get much more digitized. I believe after the crisis, the social contacts will increase massively again because we are missing it. On the other side, there will be a fundament of digitization which will be also increased. And this is there where we're looking, Digital Switzerland, how we can do new projects, new initiatives in the next couple of weeks or months. It's so incredible transformation time.
Absolutely. You're bringing up such a fascinating point right now, right? So I just had a call about this about a couple of hours ago. We were discussing, before that, people were talking, digitalization, it's all good. We do a little bit here and there. Now, all of a sudden, people are like, okay, we have to do it. We have no other choice, right? How do you
It's coming. So also everyone who didn't want to do video conference, they now have to do it. And it's not only about video conference. I think many other processes, if you look at in the personalized health, in the health sector, we've heard some processes between government, hospitals, citizens might be improved. So, and I believe all over the society and economy, there will be a new wave of digitization in the next couple of years, definitely.
Absolutely. And maybe I think this is a perfect way to transition, right? So what are some of the key opportunities that you see popping up right now for businesses and startups?
So first one is definitely think about new digital business models, as said. The second one, I believe, is global. So be a global company, act locally. I believe people, what's happening after the crisis? We all want to have a lot of social contact, which is, by the way, a big risk for the second wave of the virus, but this is another topic. So social contact, digitized convenience, and I believe act locally, buy locally, because we see the disadvantage of such a global connected world. At least in the next couple of years, we might act more locally in B2C, B2B. And I think this one is important for every company in this space, of course, B2B or whatever, to really try to offer new services more locally.
Absolutely. Really, really strong points. So let's talk about leadership for just a second. You obviously are a leader. You have been a proven leader over many years at this point. How do you define leadership, and especially in these difficult times, and what is some advice that you have for the leaders out there?
It's the first time ever for everyone. Let's face it, such a crisis is hopefully once in a lifetime. The first one is stay calm. Sorry, it's an easy one, but stay calm, don't panic. It's not war, okay? So don't panic. It's here, but we believe it will go away. So let's stay calm. That's the first one. The second one is we need over communication with our employees. We don't see each other, which is a terrible fact. We are missing emotions. We don't see how they feel. So we need over communication, always calling them again, always getting to know what's happening, having team video calls, bilateral video calls. So really over communicating, because you never over communicate when you don't meet. Huh? So that's the second one. And the third one as a leader is look for cash. It's a fact one, it's a pretty financial objective, I know, but look for cash. As a small startup, it's actually terrible. If you missed your last financial round in the last 2-3 weeks, if you're kind of short of cash, it's a terrible phase. But also for associations like Digital Switzerland and even big companies, cash is king, more than ever. And the last one I would say as a leader right now is be ready to transform, be ready to have a new company, a new mindset, new services, new products in 6 and 12 months. I believe the one who don't change anything will be the losers, and the one who will look for new opportunities will stay optimistic. They will be the winners in 1 to 3 years.
Absolutely. Such a powerful statement. I see it right now happening. There's so many companies that reach out to me and they're trying to capitalize right now. And I get it, but you also have to understand when it's the right time. And sometimes, even in the most difficult times, I think true leadership is by understanding when it's time to build up and when it's time to then exploit later on to really capitalize on the business that you have been building up. So it's also a time for building, I'm sure.
Absolutely. It's a time for brainstorming, for thinking, developing new ideas, which again is not easy because we are all home office, can you figure out, but still we have to do it. And in a few weeks and months, we come up with new services and products.
Hey, you and I are doing it right now, so it's possible.
Absolutely.
So last question. Thank you so much again for all these amazing answers. What are your kids up to at home? I've been having phone calls with people and children in the background crying and screaming. Any advice for the parents out there?
So it's maybe the biggest challenge, by the way. So it's on one side, startup suffering is also a challenge right now for me, beside Digital Switzerland. And the last but not least is really kids, everyone together. And that's why, by the way, today I'm in the office alone. I have to precise, and I was very careful by coming here and not being too close from anyone. Of course, it's, by the way, really terrific to stay distant from people in general, but that's necessary and we should all do it. So that's why I'm today in the office. And having kids at home is one thing. The other thing is they have to work. So my kids, they have to work twice 2 hours per day, morning, afternoon time. And of course you have to be there. So it's terrible. It's challenging. You have to share the time within the parents. And that's why also I have today here, this is a session in the office. You have to find a good agenda during the day. What are you doing in the morning time, very early, during lunchtime, during maybe evening time, when you're not with the kids and doing homeworks. It's, to be honest, challenging. And I believe it's not over in 2 weeks. I believe it's for the next 2 months until the summer vacation break. So challenging time ahead, but we'll make it happen.
I wish you only the very best, Nicolas. And listen, thank you again so much for your time and for giving me all these answers. And keep up the great work. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon, hopefully in person at one of these events, and otherwise on a call like this.
Cool. Thank you for interviewing and good luck. All the best.
Great. Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye. Ciao.